This week, we'll be discussing how to buy a home without a bank loan. There are 3 ways to accomplish this. The first way is to buy a home cash. This is usually for investors that are buying low-cost properties at a huge discount, and they buy cash. Really, they aren't buying cash though. They're usually using some form of bank financing. The other type of person that buys cash is someone who is selling their home and they've gotten a substantial profit from their previous sale, and they're using those funds to buy their next home. This may not be feasible for most people, especially if you're buying your first home. The next way to buy a home without a bank loan is to use a rent-to-own or lease option program. Rent-to-own programs allow you to rent a home for a specific amount of time and then eventually purchase the home with new financing. In this situation, you really do have to go through a bank loan to finish the process and buy the property, but you can start off moving into the property by renting and then work your way into the bank loan. What you want to watch out for in a rent-to-own situation is you want to make sure that you're dealing with a company that has a program for rent-to-own. You don't want to deal with a seller that's just trying to sell their home under a rent-to-own. They won't offer you any help, and they don't have any resources to help you buy the property. They expect you to rent the home and then get your own financing any way that you can. You want to focus on a rent-to-own company that deals with rent-to-owns regularly so that they can help you get financing, they can help you with credit repair if needed, and they can also help you with acquiring your down payment if that's necessary. The third and final tip is to buy a house with owner financing. Owner financing is when the seller of the property offers some form of financing to assist you with buying their home. Usually this comes in the form of either down payment assistance, or in some cases the seller is willing to hold a note or carry the entire amount of financing on the property for a set amount of time. This is one of the best ways to buy a house without a bank loan, but it is also one of the most difficult because you must find a seller that is willing to offer owner financing, and you must come to agreeable terms. The benefit to you as a buyer is that often seller financing does not require your credit. The other benefit is often the down payment for seller financing is lower than a traditional bank loan. And the final benefit to you as a buyer is the fact that when you're using seller financing, you often get a better interest rate than you would with most bank loans. The benefit to the seller in owner financing is that they can often sell their house much more quickly because they're offering a financing source that other people cannot or do not offer. They also get usually a higher price for their home because since they're offering the financing, they can set the price at a higher number and people are willing to pay it because their financing is not traditional. The final benefit is the tax benefits for the seller. Because the seller did not take a full payoff on their property, they don't have to pay taxes on the full amount of the purchase price. They would only pay taxes on the money they receive each year in payments from the buyer. So seller financing is a great way to sell a home or buy a home without bank financing. For more information on how to buy a house with no bank loan, check out our website at www.ownwithnobank.com. We have a blog that has many tips and articles on how to buy a house with no bank loan and different ways you can find owner financing and great rent-to-own programs. Thank you.